Blessed be the name of the Lord. You know, we might not be in a church building, and Jubilee has left the church building, but Jubilee is the church, and so we are in church today. I welcome you, and all protocol observed. I will be reading from John 19 verse 30. It says, when he had received the drink, Jesus said, "It is finished." With that, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. Itse hobane Jesu anke asine are ho phethahile yabe o qobisa hloho a inela moya. Kwathi kuba uJesu emkele uvinika, wathi ufeziwe, wadebisa ikhanda wafa. Now this is Zulu, this is Sotho. It is finished. Tetalestai, tetalestai, tetalestai. This is the Greek translation. It's derived from the word teleo, which means to accomplish something, to complete something, to bring something to an end. And this connotes successful and completion that is accomplished of a particular assignment. Zalona, look at a matric student who finds her name or his name on that matric results list and gives an air punch. So it is finished is like an air punch of having accomplished or having successfully finished that which you have been assigned. So he says it is finished. He doesn't say I'm finished, and he doesn't say it was finished, and he doesn't say I have finished. He says it is finished. What is finished? That which he came to do, that which he came to accomplish. Now, it is present continuous, which connotes in perpetuity, which means today, yesterday, tomorrow, last week, last month, 2,000 years ago, in 1965, in 1852, in 2033, it remains finished. That which he came to do remains finished. It is finished, and it is finished. It is finished forever, and for as long as there's man on earth, and for as long as man draws breath, then it is finished. So, Zalan, I want you to journey with me. I want you to close your eyes, Laukona, because I'm going to tell you a story, and I want you to picture this. I want you to just imagine this story. So listen attentively, close your eyes, and Tetalestai. I want you to Tetalestai Jesu Christ and how he does things. Now imagine there's crowds, there's throngs, there's crowds of people pushing and shoving, all moving in a direction, following this cross, even as they were following Jesus via the Dalla Rosa. He's battered, he's beaten, he's bleeding, he's bruised, and he's humiliated. He's weakened, and he's battling under this cross. This cross is very heavy. It's a burdensome cross. It's so heavy, and it must be heavy. It must be heavy in Zalwane because it is carrying your sickness, the weight of your sickness, the weight of your disease, my sins, all our shortcomings, all our wicked ways, all our sicknesses, all our twisted and perverted minds, all our iniquities and all our unrighteousness are clinging onto this cross. Every single person that is alive and that has lived, all our weaknesses, all our vulnerabilities are hanging on to this cross because we all want to be saved. We all need to be saved of these things that have been a burden, that have been a weakness in our lives. You know, you can imagine how defeated this Christ must look. What an unlikely sight for a Messiah. Can you imagine? He fell 3 times while carrying this cross. Now that can't have inspired confidence. There are people who had seen him as a Messiah, and suddenly he falls. He's falling. He had told people he would build a temple in 3 days, but he can barely carry a cross. You can imagine how much confidence must have been lost at that moment. Imagine the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and I can see them battling to hide the satisfaction of this particular outcome at this failing imposter that they'd always seen him as. You know, I can see Usatani just reclining in his chaise longue, but you know, looking at his victory, thinking and imagining how he has defeated his arch rival, his nemesis. But Tetalestai, only as he can, only as Jesus Christ can. The King of the universe is suspended between heaven and earth, his arms outstretched as he confronts and completely defeats every wile and every scheme, every of the devil himself, every weakness and every single fallen state of Adam. You know, Isaiah 52 verse 14 says, just as there were many who were appalled at him, they were appalled at him. He was failing. His appearance was disfigured beyond that of any human being, and his form marred beyond any human likeness. He looked like nothing that anyone had seen. And why would he not? Because imagine him on this lonely, rugged cross as Ubufebebako hits his face, as your weaknesses, your iniquity hit him, the diseases, the lies, the deceit, the witchcraft, the hardened heart, the adultery, the fornication, the jealousy coming at him in gale force winds, in high speeds. Our careless hearts, our sexual immorality, our manipulations, our perversions, our corrupt natures, all the abortions, all the filthy lifestyles, the slander, the gossip, the backstabbing, the idolatry, ancestral worship, our stiff necks, all our weaknesses, all our vulnerabilities, just flying at him and just hitting his face at forces and at speeds that you and I can never imagine. Now, as they were hitting him, his body is battered and everything is just colliding with him, and it's smashing into him from all sides. All our wickedness is ripping its way through his body, through his flesh, and into his heart. His flesh is torn, and all of this rot, all of this weakness and evil, it just infiltrates his soul. Suspended between heaven and earth, he has defeated the three enemies that have forever tormented man since Adam was a boy. I'm saying since the beginning of time. He defeats the flesh because our flesh is our weakness. He defeats the cosmos because we love this. He defeats Satan himself. He defeated these in the heavenly places, in the high places, on the earth, under the earth, in the oceans, and in all the kingdoms of darkness. He defeated it all. And when he had finally received that drink, that bitter drink of vinegar mixed with gall, when his blood was now dripping to the ground, its power penetrated the earth and it healed all of creation. In Matthew 27:52, we hear how the tombs were broken and the bodies of the many holy people that had died were raised back to life. The curtain, we know that the curtain was torn, giving you and I full access to the Father, to the Holy of Holies. His victory was final. His assignment was perfectly accomplished, completed. Tetalestai. But now Tetalestai, he's even dispossessed the enemy of the keys of Hades, permanently and forever. It is finished. Let not your situation, it doesn't matter what you're going through, do not allow your situation to say otherwise. Do not let your situation, it is finished, for it to say it is not finished. So come as you are, for it is finished. There's no more crying, no sickness, disease, infirmity, no more poverty, no more suffering, no more death. Come as you are, for indeed it is finished. Tetalestai, Tetalestai, only as Jesus Christ can do. It is finished. It is finished, and it is finished permanently and forever. It is finished in Jesus' mighty name. Amen and amen.